king of football. I am the king of football. I know all. I tell all. I'm always watching and I'm always gambling on football. And each week I'm going to bring you 5 games that you absolutely have to bet on to increase your bankroll. So when you're in the club, you can flaunt and you can taunt with that paper in your pocket. Let's bring in my counterpart, Coach Harvey Ward Van Allen. Last week the coach went 4-1. The king went 1-4. On the season, the coach is 13-3. The king is 3-13. But the king's not worried because it's the first quarter of the season. There's 16 games, there's 17 weeks, and I will get back on track starting this week. It's like being down 13-3 in the first quarter of a game. Anyway, game 1, the New York Giants had the Tampa Bay Bucks. Last week, the Giants went into Philly. Everybody thought Philly would blow them out. The Giants hung in there. They covered the spread. Now they're going to Tampa, who struggled mightily at Minnesota. I'm taking the Giants +3 in Tampa. Coach?
Put your money on the Bucks. Tampa Bay looked like shit last week, but Jameis Winston's going to turn it around this week. He's going to blaze the Giants' defense. The Giants are 0-3, and unless they all of a sudden turn into the 98 Bills, they won't make the playoffs, and they will not cover the spread this week against Tampa Bay. Put your money on the Bucks.
Coach has the Bucks -3. The King has the New York Giants +3. Game 2, the Oakland Raiders at the Denver Broncos. The Broncos were awful in Buffalo last week. Coach won on that game. He took the points in the Bills. Oakland was awful in D.C. last week. They got blown out by the Redskins. This is a tough game to pick, but I'm taking the Denver Broncos at home -3.
Oakland did look like shit last week against Washington, but that's a long way to travel, and it's a primetime game. But when they play division rivalries on the road, they're 8-3 in their last 11 matchups. Put your money on Oakland and take your money home.
Coach has Raider Nation +3 in Denver. The King has the Denver Broncos -3. I think Trevor Siemian has a really big game that game. Game 3, the Indianapolis Colts at the Seattle Seahawks. I think the Indianapolis Colts are hands down the worst team in the league. I think they're worse than Natty. I think they're worse than Cleveland. I'm taking Seattle to blow them out at home, even though the Seahawks offensive line is in shambles right now, and Russell Wilson's running for his life. Take the Seahawks at home -13. This is a blowout.
Put your money on the Colts. It's a stretch. But Seattle looks awful. They can't get it together. Their offensive line is crap. Their defense looks like a mess. They're not communicating. I know Indy is terrible, but it's a 13-point spread. I don't know if either one of these teams can put 13 points on the board. Put your money on Indianapolis and take your money home.
Coach has the Colts +13. The King has the Seattle Seahawks -13 in CenturyLink. Game 4, the Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans. Houston played really well in Foxborough last week. They almost beat the Patriots. Deshaun Watson might be coming into his own right now. I'm taking the Texans at home -1.5.
Put your money on Tennessee. Marcus Mariota is going to have a big game. The Texans do look good. I think Deshaun Watson will figure it out eventually. I think last week he kind of played above his head. I think Texas played above their head a little bit. Look for them to come back down to earth. Look for Tennessee to cover. Put your money on the Titans.
Coach has the Tennessee Titans +1.5. The King has the Houston Texans -1.5. And Game 5, our dog shit bowl of the week, the Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns. Both teams are 0-3. Both teams suck. Their coaches suck, their fans suck, and they're in the state of Ohio. So everything sucks right now in Ohio. I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals to beat the Cleveland Browns by 4 or more points. I actually think they will blow them out because the Browns are that awful. Coach?
You can go ahead and call your season over when you fire your offensive coordinator in the first 4 weeks of the season. Just like Cincinnati did. That Red Ryder BB gun, he's not going to be firing off anything. I think Cleveland is all of a sudden going to show everybody that they are actually a team that can win a football game. Not a great team, but a team that can win against a horrible team like Cincinnati. Put your money on Cleveland and take your money home.
Coach has the Cleveland Browns, a team that can win a football game, +3. The King has the Cincinnati Bengals -3 in Cleveland. And now for our lead pipe lock of the week. The King has the Dallas Cowboys blowing out the LA Rams. The Rams are a much improved team. They actually have a decent defense, but I think Dak Prescott is finally coming into his own. He had a great game the other night, and I think he tears it up this week in Dallas. Put your money on Dallas -6.
Even though I'm 13-3 on my picks, my lead pipe locks of the week have been shit. But this week I'm feeling extra strong about it. Put your money on New England. The Panthers are going to go into New England and get reamed. New England's probably extremely embarrassed about the way they played last week, almost losing to the Texans to a rookie quarterback at home. Put your money on New England to tromp Cam Newton and friends.
Coach has the New England Patriots with Tom Brady, who had an unbelievable game last week, -9. The King has the Dallas Cowboys at home, -6 over the Rams. That concludes another edition of the King of Football. I'm the King of Football. I know all. I tell all. Coach?
Help!